Hello, and welcome to our Wellness Ambassadors at Work interview series hosted by myself, Lisa Kelly of Kelly Wellness Consulting, Inc., and founder of the Workplace Wellness Ambassador Certification Programs. It's quite a delight today to bring to our series Kimi Sokhi, or Sokhi, I think. Sorry, Kimi. One of our recently certified Master Workplace Wellness Ambassadors from one of our recent master programs. So welcome, Kimi. And, it's quite a delight to have you join us today in our series. And how are you doing?
I'm doing really well. How are you, Lisa?
I'm good, thank you. So, Kim, we're going to get started right off the bat. And without any further ado, we're going to deep dive right into our questions that we like to ask in our series. And I'm going to let you introduce yourself to our audience. And I'm going to have you do that through our first question. So I always like to open up our interview with a question around, sharing a little bit of your highlights of your wellness coaching background and what your goals and aspirations are now for workplace wellness consulting as a recently certified workplace or master workplace wellness ambassador.
All right. Thank you so much. And I'm really excited actually to be part of this series. So my background is initially, I've been in the corporate arena for about 12 years, or I have been as a project manager. And I switched careers and became a nutritionist. And this is back in Toronto. And after a few years of sort of doing a nutrition practice, doing one-on-one consulting and also doing a few lunch and learns and all that with I also added hypnotherapy to my toolkit, sort of combine nutrition and hypnotherapy because I found that really interesting in terms of habit change. And I moved from Canada to Dubai 2 years ago to be closer to my family. And here I've been, I was working on my own and doing a bunch of corporate wellness work with some of the companies, some of the multinational companies that are here in Dubai that they do focus on corporate wellness as well as having a private practice for nutrition and hypnotherapy. And then in February of this year, I actually joined a team, the Expo 2020 Dubai team, which is the World Expo, which is happening here in 2020. They were looking for a wellness officer. So now, as of now, I am the manager of employee engagement and well-being at Expo 2020. So it's been a bit of a journey.
Yeah, I can just imagine. So you've been in Dubai, you said, for 2 years now?
It's been just over 2 years now, yeah.
Right. And that's quite interesting. And I as we talked about before we started our recording here, perhaps share with our viewers, to the best of what you can and within how much information you feel you're able to share, respecting your role in the Expo. Excuse me. How would you say workplace wellness differs in Dubai and in the Emirates compared to what you experienced in Toronto or in North America?
Yeah, it's interesting because I think in some ways it's a very immature market. There are not a lot of, if I just speak about nutrition and workplace wellness, there aren't a lot of nutritionists that are actual certified nutritionists here in the Dubai market. Okay. There's a lot of that are personal trainers that call themselves nutritionists after they do a weekend course or what have you. And then in terms of corporate wellness, there's not really a lot of people that are focused on that here. So it's definitely a very new arena. I don't know of other employers that have the position that I have. So I think I just lucked out because I don't think there's any positions out on LinkedIn or job boards and stuff that have to do with workplace wellness in Dubai or in the UAE. Because I've searched, I've looked, even where I was at the Expo, and it didn't exist. So I think it's a very new market here. But on the flip side, the interesting part is that as a country, the vice president of the UAE and the ruler of Dubai, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed, has actually appointed a happiness minister.
I was going to ask you about that. I read that on a LinkedIn post here a few months ago. That's exciting.
So, and she has appointed 35 or 38 happiness officers that will be part of each government entity. So workplace happiness has now become sort of a government mandate, which is really...
That is just so exciting. And hopefully, that might set some foundation and, further drive workplace wellness in other countries, particularly North America, where we operate out of right here. And so I'm really excited. So, and certainly keep me abreast of what's happening there in that front. And I think that will bode well, especially if you want to stay in Dubai and if your term employment, once the expo is finished, I think that would serve you quite well in perhaps getting further employment with other companies. And, my encouragement would be as well is if you can get in any kind of steering committee related to that development, that would be just awesome, I think, because you have such great skill sets, both pre our program and certainly from our program. So speaking about our program, how do you feel our Master Ambassador program has really helped support your skill development, both as a health coach and also as a workplace wellness professional, to provide coaching and consulting to employers, and also perhaps to your private coaching clients?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think the only regret I have with the program is I wish I'd done it a year sooner, because the tool sets that it provides a lot of templates and a lot of information about how to get started. So really everything in terms of workplace wellness is sort of laid out in a step-by-step process. Mm-hmm. And everything that you can think of that you might need, forms, any checklists, like it all is there and it's all done for you. And as I said, like I think because I started in February and then I did the program later on, a couple of months later, I found that I had unfortunately gone through the grind of figuring a bunch of this stuff out myself.
Right.
And then, when the tools came along and when I joined the program, I was like, oh no, like I've had to learn all of this the hard way by, searching the internet and scouring the internet for information and that type of thing. So I think it's such a great program for anyone that's interested in doing workplace wellness.
Well, yeah. And if I could just ask as well, because we also position our program for those who are even maybe coordinators on workplace wellness, because I really feel, and I've had feedback from others who've been like yourself a few years or many years in the business, found they just still got so much out of the program. And not only the tools and resources and training that we offer, and we bring in, as you know, a lot of industry experts, even up from William McPeck to John Toomey in Australia to Laura Putnam and a whole host of others, and all across the globe, really. And so my question then is what could you say to those who have been in workplace wellness for a while in terms of what value they would get by doing our program or joining our program?
Yeah, I mean, I think the really amazing is that, like, set is there, which is fantastic. But then all the interviews all the webinars that we had with the experts, there was information that I had never thought of. And now it's, at least I'm aware of like, oh, now there's something called laughter yoga. And if that's something I wanted to bring into the workplace, how do I do that? Right. And I think the great part about the program is that year after year, the knowledge base and these expert interviews are available to you. They are always available. And I think that's incredible value, honestly, to be able to watch these interviews or to join them. And then on top of it, I think it's the group of people that you meet. Mm-hmm. And the community is also very, very valuable, because if you're ever stuck, or if you ever have, a question about, hey, I have this situation at work, and even if you're a coordinator and you're not in a full-time role, or you've done it for a while and you're feeling a bit stuck, the community is very supportive, including yourself, Lisa. Obviously, you're very, very helpful on Facebook, and you jump right in with your answers and suggestions and advice. But yeah, it's really a great community of people that are there to help you, that are there to share their ideas. So from all angles, really, you've got the community, you've got the experts, and and you've got the tool set as well.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you for that. And then, speaking of toolkits and skill sets, as you know, our program really offers quite extensive virtual technology training, because as a global program, I want our ambassadors and our master ambassadors to have the wherewithal and skill sets and the inherent knowledge to be able to, and the confidence to be able to go out to the global market. Case in point, one of our recent master ambassadors just landed a contract in, I believe, South America. And so that's really exciting. And I think from that may even be further work. I think she'll do some on-site and then further work through virtual technology. And that really, I was just so thrilled to hear that, because that's exactly when I had a vision for the program a few years ago, that it would come to this point. And even yourself, for example, you're in Dubai and you're networking with people globally through our program, through virtual technology. So really, anything you can say specifically about how the virtual technology has helped you, and have you been able to use it in any way in your own capacity as a wellness coordinator with the expo?
Yeah, I mean, for me, the fact that the program was online and the fact that everybody was on all these different cities and stuff was never a hindrance. And I think that is because of the technology. It was seamless, it was easy to use, and it was not something that you really even have to train to learn how to use at all, actually. It's really straightforward. I haven't had a chance to sort of apply this at work yet. I think it's something that I will start looking at next year, because so far, we're still a small team at about 160 people, but now we're in 2 locations.
Okay.
So I think now more and more people are gonna, like, we've got the like a large percentage is in one location and a very small percentage is in the second location. Right. And when that starts to happen, right now all the programs are happening on site. They're in person. But I can see that as we move forward and more people have to travel for work, because a lot of our work for the expo is diplomatic relations and stuff with countries. So there's a lot of people traveling all the time. Right. I think that online tools are going to become more important in 2017 and beyond for us. For
sure. And, we use, as you know, Basecamp, Rizuku, Zoom, which we're using right now, and of course, Facebook, community groups. And so you have certainly a lot of tools. And that sort of brings us to my next question then. You were a co-leader that supported our project leader. And for our viewers who may not know this, at the master level, you are involved in a group project as part of your certification. So in the last half of the 10 weeks, you come together and are led by a project leader and a co-leader. And so, Kimi, you were a co-leader. And which project were you involved in?
We did the healthy lifestyle for busy managers.
Oh, right. Yeah, that was a
massive project.
That was a great one. That was a great program. And, again, for our viewers who may not know this, each program we develop 2 or 3 group projects, and they go into a group campaign database. So each program, our graduates in our master program, get new campaigns added to their toolkit. And by and large, these campaigns can be customized. They can be branded to your name or your company's name, and you can run with them. And you can use virtual technologies to deliver them, Kimi, like in your case with multiple locations. And we'll talk more about that. And we also offer ongoing professional development courses as refreshers or things, and some are free, some are fee for service. And so you really get quite, I think one of the girls in our program, one of the Master Ambassadors said it's a program that continues long after the program ends. And I really appreciated that. So coming back to yourself, what skills do you think you developed or feel you developed as a co-leader that has certainly supported your role now in, the work you do?
I mean, mainly it's like group work, right? Because whenever you're coming up with a program for like being able to collaborate with people that are not in the same room as you, gathering ideas from everybody remotely. So using Basecamp, which was a great tool for us to be able to spitball and come up with ideas, pick the ideas that everybody was most excited about and then actually pull them together, coordinating the work, assigning the tasks. All of this is stuff that I have used now post the program, because of course, like we've had to run, we've had some major campaigns that we run at work, and like we had one where we did 2 weeks of on-site team building activities. So there were sort of mini Olympics that we did at the expo. And we worked with a external company to help us organize them because we didn't have we didn't have the manpower to do it ourselves.
Right.
And, they used Basecamp, and so we ended up using Basecamp again to generate ideas.
Oh, and you are already familiar with Basecamp through your group projects. So that's great. I mean, talk about a transfer of skills and a real valuable transfer of skills. And, you hit the ground running because you knew all about it and could probably even bring ideas to your group and as a project leader and co-leader. And on a personal level, any particular skills that you feel you developed personally and professionally as a co-leader through helping lead your group in our program?
Yeah, I think one is being able to listen to everybody, because when you've got a large group, you've got 7 or 8 people and you're all on a call, you've got to have patience, and you've got to be able to listen to everybody and their ideas, right, and give everybody a chance to speak and have a turn.
Yeah, isn't that quite the challenge, right? I mean, as a group leader, for sure, and being open and receptive and non-judgmental and just receiving everything and then coming together as a group and collectively, forming ideas and it's amazing. I'm still always in awe when I watch the final presentations because, as you know, each of the groups do a final presentation in the last webinar, and that's part, again, of your training and certification for our master level. And I am just so amazed that we've got people from Australia and Dubai, North America, Nigeria, Hong Kong coming together and presenting. And then, of course, you're evaluated by our industry experts. And, to credit to yourself and others, your project leaders and co-leaders in the program that just do an exemplary job and bringing it all together. And many of you have never done this before, coming into our program, and certainly, on a virtual level, much less an on-site level, right? Yeah, so it's a real testament to the skill sets of the people that come into our program. So thank you so much. And as a final question or discussion topic, I certainly welcome your thoughts on how our post-program support has helped you further your training and skill development as a master ambassador to support you in the work you're doing.
Yeah, I think the community has been really, really helpful. And we're actually doing, you've got the sign at the back there, the Focus on Healthy Eating program. So, the learning continues. I haven't been as active as I would have liked on the Focus on Healthy Eating group, but it's just, again, it's another program that you are developing, and it's happening collaboratively. And again, through Rizuko, we're all able to share our ideas. We're able to review the content and give you feedback. Just sharpening our skills as wellness ambassadors even further.
Right, and just for the benefit of our viewers, you mentioned our focus program, and thank you for that. That's a new employer and community mindful eating program that is probably a first of its kind. It's being co-created by yourself, Kimi, and over 20 international health coaches. And I don't know of any program that's ever been done like that. It's been in the making for about 1.5 years, and it's going to be coming to employer markets both virtually and on site in early winter of 2017. So we're really looking forward to that. And we have our pilot training coming up, our webinar training, as hopefully you'll be joining us next weekend on that. So any further comments, Kimi, that you'd like to share about yourself? And if someone wanted to know more about you, is there a website that they might look up?
Yeah, absolutely. I still have a limited number of sort of individual clients that I deal with. So my website is www.kimi, Kimi, Sokhi, Sokhi.com. So you can hit me up on kimisokhi.com, or and that has links to my Facebook and my Twitter and Instagram and stuff as well. So you can connect with me on social media. And yeah, I think the program is absolutely fantastic. I've actually recommended it to a few of my nutrition friends back in Canada.
Okay.
Because I think it's such a great program. If anyone has any ambition of sort of getting into the workplace wellness space, or if you're already working within an HR team and you're tasked with doing workplace wellness as part of your role, it is absolutely worth its weight in gold. The program is amazing. So it's
I really appreciate it, and that means a lot to have that, the endorsement by you and others in our series, and I very much thank you, and I thank you for participating in our interview series today, and it's really been an honor and delight, and I was especially excited to bring you here to our series because when I had a vision, as I said, for this program way back when, many years ago, it was to reach out globally, and I thought, because I love networking with people and I love learning, and I thought, what a better way to do it than bring international people together and share and learn and co-create together. And we've been doing that in spades in the past couple of years. So thank you so much. It's really been a delight. And thank you to you, our viewer, for joining us. And we encourage you to watch our other series. We have a Focus on Healthy Eating series and our Wellness Ambassadors at Work series on our Kelly Wellness Consulting Inc. YouTube channel. So we have some new programs starting up. And so certainly look for more information on our website, which is www.kellywc.com. Or you certainly may email me at info@kellywc.com. So till we meet again, please stay healthy, stay well, and as always, live your best life. Thank you. Thank you, Kimi. Take care, everyone.
Bye.